Bom dia, Priscilla.
Bom dia.
Bom dia. As my ballet master used to say to us, shall we begin? Good morning to everyone. I hope it's been pleasant so far. It appears to be sunny outside with a blue sky and no snow. Perhaps there's more snow in the mountains. I know we need the water. We need the water. We need the life. We need the breath. But most of all, we need loving kindness and compassion. We need peace within. And thus, perhaps, we can begin to experience peace without. Harmony of nature, looking at the trees and how they bend and fold and move and sway. So easily in the space they go their way. And we as sentient beings struggle and strife, kick about. And the line comes to me, and at the end, sometimes we've wasted our life. But hopefully there will be an awakening, and one will see, as it says in the four thoughts, that you should turn to thee, to recognize the preciousness of the human birth. You cannot remember the one that went before, and more than likely, you won't remember the one that is coming next to your door. And even this one we play about and furiously let it sort of go, dropping here, dropping there, not realizing that it is so fleeting. We go about without a care. And then that last breath flows out and we wonder, what was it all about? Anyway, not to be dramatic or morbid or just a reality. So please, this day, make sure you enjoy. See the sky and the clouds and the trees. And maybe as you're walking about, you might see the falling of a leaf. And in that moment, you would ponder as that leaf falls through the space. I am like that leaf. My life is running apace. And then gently it falls to the ground, and may I also gently fall to the ground when the appointed time has arisen. And from that place, I can be at peace and harmony as I started this dribble to begin. Take a breath in, please. Breathing out. Rest upon your seat. So awakening this morning, I thought, oh, surrender to the divine essence of Brahma. So I say to Brahmacharya, we must surrender to the divine essence of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Buddha, Guru Rinpoche. And in that moment, though, renounce attachment. So for this short period of time, so brief, I renounce attachment to samsara. Easy to say, difficult to do. And in the moment of renouncing, then the practice of non-attachment for this brief period of time. Whatever we think is so important, let it go. Don't worry, you can pick up your box of trinkets when you leave and go out the door. They will be waiting for you, perhaps even more. So to renounce attachment to the samsara means, really, it's quite simple. Renounce attachment to that which brings about suffering. Then I thought also, it's not that one is trying to escape something called suffering. This is only in our mind anyway, our perceptions. But when the conditions do arise that create suffering or uncomfortability, sadness, etc., we have the strength to feel, because the dead do not feel. I would rather be in that moment of experiencing with the passion every moment that arises without attachment. So experiencing it, but not tying it around my waist like a stone to drag me down, but just saying, oh, this is so wonderful. This is part of life also. And we're so attuned to saying it is not the part of life that I wish to experience, nor do we wish to experience a continuing sadness or strife or difficulty or challenges as we have subjected ourselves over this last time period and perhaps over many lives. But the joy of waking up and go, oh, I feel awful this morning. Oh, I feel happy this morning. Or maybe you hear the birds singing and you see the sunlight dancing on the walls this morning. Because there will come a morning when you won't. And maybe from some distant Buddha field or some charnel ground, you will look around and you will remember, oh, when I was lying in my bed, everything was such a crown. But now I do not hear the birds sing or see the sunlight or the clouds move or the trees sway. Oh, I should have valued those moments, and I should have lived every day. I hope this is what you do. Live every day. Don't let the stone of the corona drag me down. Don't let your relationships drag you down. Don't let your dog and cat drag you down. Lift up. Live every moment. Lama Rinpoche would say, to live every moment in all its good and bad and difference. Because there will come a moment when you will know to live in the moment is done. And the breath will not return. And that then you will recognize, we will realize how precious this life has been. Oh, and we have no idea how it will come, how it will be next, or when. Take a breath in, please. Breathing out. Again, your strife and worry and the troubles and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. We create that phrase. What is that phrase? I love to say this phrase to myself. Delusions are inexhaustible. And I'm talking to me. I vow to transcend them. My delusions and fabrications are inexhaustible. I can create and create and create and then just stop, burst the bubble, and see the space. See that there's nothing to be seen in the space. Let go and rest. Stop running so here and there apace. So thinking like this, perhaps you can find some solace and some release and some happiness and some peace. Let it start this day and continue on its way as long as it may be, from this life, from the last to the next. If you do this way, all the masters tell us we will see. So today is the anniversary of the parinirvana of Longchenpa, Longchen Ramja, great yogi, great scholar, great master. So many wonderful stories. This is why I told you, please keep studying, keep reading the life of Longchenpa. And Longchenpa is your ancestor. You are directly connected to this great scholar, master, meditator, who spent many, many years in retreat. And when we start, not just yet, but unbeknownst to me, I guess, my karma is so interesting. Being able to be in the same places and sit in the same ground and walk in the fields where Longchenpa visited in Thupten in Bhutan. To sit at 15,000 feet and look out to the clouds, and I asked myself, what did he see when he looked into the space, into that vastness of sea? And then I said, only the vastness of space did he see, without grasping, without altering, changing, fixating, or clinging, merely resting his mind in the vastness of space beyond time. So wonderful. I can remember looking into the clouds. Oh, that was peace. That was harmony to always keep. Sitting at the feet of this master where he sat. Oh, may you receive his blessings. Right? Maybe he would say, it's so easy, just like that. Take a breath in again, please. Breathing out. And just wherever you find yourself, sitting properly, letting go. And if you reflect, you'll see everything that we thought was so important is not really that way to be. It is not that it needs or does not need to be attended to, because more than likely, at a relative level, it does. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, as I looked into the sky last night and saw the moon and the stars, and thought, oh, here I am, this conscious life form, drifting about in space. But the wonderment is, I am aware that I am drifting about in space, standing in this place. I wonder who or what in some other galaxy or other part of this universe may be doing the same, looking into the space and wondering, what is my place? And how will I fare as I move through this temporal atmosphere? It'll be interesting if you actually got an answer back. But the universe does when you look. It doesn't say anything. And then I've concluded the universe is silent because it is asking of us to look within ourselves. It is we who must recognize that we are not separate from that space in which we peer into. And perhaps the answers are much closer and just in front of our face. Rest for a moment. Breathe for a moment. So tomorrow, Monday, I found a commentary on some teachings about sitting the glass upon the table and allowing the sediment to settle, to reveal the inner clarity. I think I had mentioned before, when I walked out the door and the last time I saw the face of Rinpoche, I sort of knew that that would be the last time that I would see his face, as he had imparted some very simple instructions through his grace. To sit like a mountain, firm like a tree. To remain silent. And he said to remain silent as though someone who was speech impaired, and let my mind be as vast as the sky. But actually, he said, let it be like a burnt out campfire, the ashes. So I changed it a little bit to have a little bit more dynamic quality, the vastness of space. To remain still and silent, and to be grounded, to rest and be present in the moment. Practice And from that inner clarity that is ever present, like the clarity of the water that resides within, the Buddha, the embodiment of all, Dorje Samten, arises 1 cubit above our head. Then, doing the recitations, the blessings descend, cleansing and purifying obscurations and hindrances, defilements, negative karmic action of past and present, and disease born of the mind that manifests within the relative physicality in time. All cleansed away. Then, as I'm sitting on the ground, the earth shakes, which we've all felt. Little small earthquake. The ground opens, and Yama and his entourage, with gaping, wide open mouth, there's waiting to receive me. Oh, I have done so much. They know you cannot deceive him. But instead, we play a trick, at least for a moment or two. All of our impurities, they descend like snow, and they change into amritic offerings. We make offerings to Yama. Not today, you know the line. It may be a good day to die, but not today. So you say to Yama, please accept these offerings and go away. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. So as you're doing the long recitation, then I like to think there's a blanket of Dorje Sampas throughout the whole cosmos, cleansing and purifying every aspect of space. We send Dorje Sampa's blessings. Please liberate the corona. Liberate the consciousness of all of those who have succumbed, all of those who are presently suffering, those who are lacking, those who are living in fear, those who are without, those who are worried. Please bless them. Please have this thought with me. Even if you don't know the long Vajrasattva, you can say Om Vajrasattva Hom, Om Vajrasattva Hom, Om Vajrasattva Hom. Om Vajrasattva Hom, Om Vajrasattva Hom, Om Vajrasattva Hom, Om Vajrasattva Hom. Like that. We do 21 recitations. We'll come back and visit this again. This is also Lama. This is also Sujong. This also Sujong, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Zumbadruzata Samaya Manavalaya Badruzadru Denova de Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Andarado Mabua, Zawazid Nebeas, Tuzume, Setum Situm Guru, Bhagavan, Zavada, Badruma, and Samaya Zadu, Adambaruzadu, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badruzadu Denova, de Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Andarado Mabua, Zawazid Nebeas, Situm Situm Guru, Bhagavan, Zavada, Badruma, and Samaya Zadu. Zumbadruzadu Samaya, Manovalaya. Mazuzadu Denova de Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Anarado. Zawaziri Nebrea to Zaragamazudu, Zetum Zidum Guru, Bhagavan, Zavada, Badru. Zubendebo, Zamaya Zadu, Badruzadu, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badruzadu, Denova de Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Zubokaya. Anarado Mabua, Zawaziri Nebrea to Zaragamazudu, Zetum Zidum Guru, Bhagavan, Sadada, Badru, and Muzovendebo, Samaya. Zombadruzadu, Samaya, Manovada, Badruzadu, Tenova, de Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Anarado. So as it may bring a Zaragamazudu, Zetum Situm Guru, Bhagavan, Zavada, Samaya Zadu, Adam Badruzadu, Samaya, Manovada, Badruzadu, Tenova, de Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Zubokaya. Anarado Mabua, Zavazide, Mebrea, Zaragamazudu, Zetum Situm Guru, Bhagavan, Zavada, Badru, Samaya Zatu, Adam Badruzadu, Samaya, Manovada, Badruzadu, Tenova, de Mabua, Zubokaya Mabua, Zubokaya. Anaradumabuwa Zawaziri Mebrega Zaraga Sedum Zirunguru Sada Dada Badrumani Muzo and the Boa Mahazama Yazatu Adam Badruza the Samaya Manobaya Badruza Duboa Zubogaya Maboa Anaradumabuwa Zawaziri Mebrega Zaraga Sedum Zirunguru Sada Dada Gada Badrumani Muzo and the Boa Mahazama Yazatu Adam Badruza the Samaya Manobaya Badruza Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mepega Zaraga Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahazama Yazatu Manobalaya Badruzaru Denova, Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mepega Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahazama Yazatu Manobalaya Badruzaru Denova, Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Savaziri Mebreya Jezara Kamasudame Sedum Guru Bhagavan Sadata Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahazama Yazatu Adam Badruzatu Samaya Manova Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Subokaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Savaziri Mebreya Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Samaya Satu Adam Badruzatu Samaya Manova Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mabuwa, Sudogaya Mabuwa, Anaradu Mabuwa, Zawaziri Mebreya Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Badruzadu Samaya Manova Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mabuwa, Sudogaya Mabuwa Anaradu Mebuwa, Zawaziri Mebreya Sedum Sedum Guru Sada Dada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahazamaya Zato Adam Badruzadu Samaya Manova Badruzadu Deno Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Samaya Zato Adam Badruzadu Samaya Manova Badruzadu Deno Mebuwa Sudo Gaya Mabuwa Naradu Mabuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudume Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Bhava Mahasamaya Zadua Baduzadu Samaya Manu Bhagaya Baduzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Musubogaya Mabuwa Naradu Mabuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudume Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo Mahazamaya Zadu Adam Badruzadu Samaya Manobaya Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudume Sedum Sedum Guru Sada Dada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Zatu Adam Badruzatu Samaya Manobaya Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Zubogaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudu Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Zatu Adam Badruzatu Samaya Manu Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudu Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Zatu Adam Badruzatu Manobalaya Badruzadu Denova Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Sudogaya Mebuwa Anaradu Mebuwa Zawaziri Mebreya Zara Namazudu Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Savada Gada Badramani Muzo and the Boa Samaya Satu. Then you should imagine or visualize the purity of space and time, the purity of self and others, all thoughts arising, dwelling, and ceasing of the same quality, all perceptions. And just rest for a minute. The final days and the parinirvana of Longchenpa. Life is impermanent like autumn clouds. Youth is impermanent like the flowers of spring. The body is impermanent like borrowed property. The Lord of Death, Yama, like the shadows of the western mountains, will not delay. Our friend coming eventually to carry us away. But do not despair for those who have invested practice, for they will be cared and blessed for by the great protectors. Bring your hands together, please, as Longchenpa says to us. Homage to all those exalted ones endowed with supreme compassion. I pay homage to the one immersed in the experience of basic space, the primordial ground, who cares for all beings through the proliferation and resolution of activities, revealing a display in all its variety by the power of his innate compassion. The sublime sun, exceedingly and superbly radiant. I pay homage to the one who, having completed his task in full, went to a most superb and holy site, the town of Kushiyagara, to tame those fixated on the permanence of things. I have come to understand the nature of samsara. And because things of this world lack any true essence, I now cast off this impermanent, illusionary body. So listen as I give this singularity beneficial advice. We are, as it were, seduced by our beliefs that this life is real. Things are by nature impermanent and without any real meaning. So, having realized with certainty that nothing is reliable, please practice the sacred Dharma from now on. Friends and companions are like guests, in no way permanent. Although they gather around you for a time, all too soon you are paired and separated from them as they go down. So let go of emotional ties to your friends who are like magical apparitions. Please practice the sacred Dharma, the lasting source of benefit. Wealth and possessions that you gather and hoard are like honey, things that you amass, but others enjoy. So while you can gain merit by increasing your generosity, please make preparation now for your future journey. Your dwellings well built, yet subject to destruction, or like something on loan. You have no power to stay when it's time to move on. Give up completely your fascination with busy places and rely on a place of solitude from now on. Liking or disliking is akin to a child's game. Pointless attachments and aversions or a burning mass of flames. Give up completely your quarrels and malice you bear one another, and tame your own mind from now on. Actions without true essence or like magical illusions. Although you strive at present, there is no final outcome or solution. Let go of the activities of this life and things of this world, and seek the path to liberation from now on. This body of freedom and opportunity that you have obtained is like a precious ship, granting you the power to free yourself from the ocean of suffering bound by misfits. So give up laziness, lethargy, and procrastination, and arouse the strength of your diligence from now on. The Holy Guru is like an escort accompanying you through the fearsome land. To this guide who protects you from the enemy of samsara at hand. Please show great honor, respect, and trust unflinchingly with body, speech, and mind from now on. Profound spiritual advice, like healing nectar, is the most excellent cure for the disease of negative emotions. So please rely on it in your life and cultivate it thoroughly, gaining mastery from now on. The 3 higher trainings, totally pure, are like a wish-fulfilling gem. They are the path that brings happiness to this and future lives and leads to the most sublime goal. Since they ensure enlightenment, the holy state of peace, please rely or apply them to your life from now on. Last, teachings in all their varieties are like a precious lamp, banishing the darkness of ignorance and illuminating the path to liberation. Since listening to them opens the eyes of timeless awareness and sheds the light of benefit and happiness, please be impartial and non-sectarian from now on. Through contemplation is like the skill of a goldsmith, cutting through all hesitation or speculation about what is or is not true. So with the sublime knowing that comes from contemplating the nature of what you hear, please gain complete mastery from now on. Rest your mind for a moment. What did I hear? And maybe it is not so much what the words themselves imparted, but what is the meaning? What is the weight of the words? Maybe we can say, what is the gravity of the words? When weight and gravity lands, it creates a certain inner experience, doesn't it? What is that feeling? What is that presence that Longchenpa is telling us? As I said earlier, through renunciation and the practice of non-attachment, through study, through contemplation, through meditation, through integration, we can free ourselves from the jaws of yama that are ever present. Again, Longchenpa imports us to recognize the unimpeded purity of space, the intrinsic emptiness of all phenomena that arise within that place, to release our attachment to the falsity of arising of apparitions that appear like dancing ghosts and images in a dream before us. When tried to grasp and hold, we open our hand and it's completely empty. But isn't that the way it began? We just didn't realize when we grasped out with a clenched fist and a closed hand. From that space, hopefully, that has arisen, the presence, the Dzogchen, Guru Rinpoche, all Buddhas, past, present, and future, appear before you, blessing you for the benefit of others. So you can easily say, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Then, when we say these various axioms and concepts, importing them into our neural net, we have examples we can turn to so we can see, oh, it is not my fantasy or just a fabrication. There are those that have accomplished it and went before me. So please, you invoke the bodhisattvas and their blessings for the benefit of self and others. Zom nanje nande branje durbe taje toje chuna tumbai sange dodon gedon babe zor kunda tazo tajo taje zo jome gyaba zode dodon jembe gyaba gedra padam bar kunla kumba taje tabaje Baba Dada Bata Jeje Nande Lagro Nabe Yeje Bazra Tambade Misanje Daje Badewa Dewa Jeba Dela Jazalo Jamba Jonur Baden Doje Jen Red Janwa Gombo Jambe Bazaye Nimbo Number za nanga nimbo Tuba doje banga gula zanana Nubo dawa nide nemaye Zaze nana baje baje jo Jenja simla jula jazalo Nene doje 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 ga Dun bandan gamon la nenda dun bandan barero minyo tojen wonu de renje doji jaje dojo jawa tenje ma jejo jawa tembe babe we taje mamo Gula Chazalo Dojen Jumbo Jenje Jimmy Bo Medo Dondon Gambo Dojo Ambari Bondo Luma Medo Dando Zede Donje Golo Doje Dondon Doje Jen Paya Medo Dojen Zajon Neje Gile Taje Jinden Dowa Gila Tazalo Dojo Duje Jowa Zumbola Yenda Jowa Gonjoina Dundon Bebe Zedon Yejedo Taje Lele Bunzo Then just one time Junam Jele Gile Jun Dedo Jebe So Gula Gombo Ganyamba Junjo Jumbo Digezon Tuba Dada Zamba Ye Zunge Doda Gedona Chanjo Nibo Jige Ba Daba Dane Gabzaji Jirab Nanje Danjebe Zombe Jende Dondoda Sange Dondo Nege De Zombe Jendo Zange Do Jeje Namga Namba Dan Dowa Jeje Nego Ba Jeje Doje Nego Ne Dowa Daga Dowa Do. All phenomena arise from their causes. The causes are explained by the Buddha. The cessation of these causes too are taught us by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery, suffering, and the causality of ignorance and desire and attachment and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. And then as we go through this format, the liturgy of prayers, etc., which some of you may have, some of you may not have, don't worry about the not having. What's important is that you, through your karma, we meet, all of us, and we decided to gather. That in of itself is meritorious. A group that gathers to promote peace throughout the cosmos is meritorious in and of itself. So just be present. If you catch some of the prayers, wonderful. In time, you will know if it is your path. And we all started at the same place, not knowing. It's just as the Buddha didn't know. He didn't know what was outside of his own house. He didn't even know his own world. He was in confusion, in ignorance, wasn't he? And through his karma of many lifetimes, he was compelled to go out and engage the world. So are we. Abge zonje, zage brunjondo, toge munde donge jonjo ba, zorge longo jewa jebe go sage gabo chuna tatsano. Hayata umene mune maha muna yesoha. 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 Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane maha muna yesoha. Zomane mane maha muna yesoha. Mane mane yesoha. So again, you can just go Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, the essence of all mantric sounds. And you can visualize the presence of the Buddha blessing you above your head. So Om Mane Mane Maha Mane Yesoha. Mane Mane Maha Mane Yesoha. Mane 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 Yesoha. Zomane Mane Maha Mane Yesoha. Mane Mane Maha Mane Yesoha. Mane Mane Maha Zomane mane maha mane yesoha. Mane mane maha mane yesoha. Mane mane maha mane yesoha. Zomane mane maha mane yesoha. Mane mane maha mane yesoha. Mane mane Once again, receiving the blessings of the Buddha in the form of light, coming to the forehead, the throat, the heart, the navel, white, red, blue, and yellow, self and others. And then the white lotus opens with a moon disc cushion, and the seed syllable ah, crystalline, radiant, the light of loving kindness and compassion in the 10 directions for the benefit of all sentient beings, like a lighthouse. So we said, like the light tower, the craggy rocks of the sea are shown as they come in, so the boats don't crash and come to shore free. So you are the one that must show the light to the sentient beings, including ourselves, who are lost in the sea of samsara, trying to find our way to the shores of peace and harmony. As you draw in, breathe in all the vegan impurities into the crystalline art, and when you breathe out loving kindness and compassion, brilliant light blankets the whole universe, the whole kind of cosmos. Practice that this way. Count the outgoing breath, and we begin. Now in your mind's eye, we can have the thought or visualizing that our intentions have been accomplished. All sentient beings, including ourselves, have been liberated into the intrinsic nature of our own mind. And as we breathe out, separate the thumbs, bring the eyes to the horizontal plane, breathe gently in and out through the mouth, and like water being poured into water, the cup breaks in the sea. Namadawa Rinpoche would say, oneness, rest. And then to emerge without losing that space. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Dorje, Gonje, Donje, Donje, Ramona, Gonje, Nobedu, Lama, Yeshe, get Dorje, Jova, Dorje, Nerja, Dorje, Jova, Sho, the Bahajanje, Mijata, Jova, Bonzo, Samba, Jar, Rene, Zende, Onzo, Do, Dene, Sing it, Demba, Yoa, Di, Nudu, Gonzo, Sombo, Dojene, Doma, Nyo, Naduba, Dene, Jela, Jova, Sho. And again, just rest for a moment. Then take you on a little journey. So Longchenpa, obviously very famous throughout all of Vajrayana Buddhism and beyond. But he spent a considerable time, obviously, in Tibet, and he time in Bhutan, Thimphu, Paro, Bontang. So maybe this morning, I see Gelek, Papa. So good to see you. So Gelek, Lama Gelek in Nepal sent me pictures last night or this morning. Could you bring those pictures up, Manla? And these are just to maybe to show you. This is one cave where Longchenpa is said to have sat and stayed. I will go to my pictures on the phone here. Just a moment. And as we go through, these are pictures and places that Longchenpa spent in Bontang. So now I believe you see, you see the place, Thupten birthplace of Ramjong in Tibet we have seen. And then you see his cave seat in Tibet. You see this. Then you see, let's see, this is Bontang. This is Bontang. So this is where I make retreat also in Tapar Ling. Let me make sure. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, Bontang, Tapar Ling in Bhutan. This is where Longchenpa resided during the latter part of his life. And then this is also in the Paro, Tsatsang Ling in Bhutan. Then you also saw the Kunzam Ling in Bhutan, another one of his places seats. Then there's Tar Urgyen Ling Gonpa, you see. Then you've seen his place, his throne in Bhutan. So this is not a fantasy. This is real individual. So keep going to the next set. So just to show the connection again, okay, let me see, where is this? Just a moment. This covered pile. I don't think I have the information for that. Maybe I do. Yeah, this is the birthplace. It's showing this is Todrung, birthplace of Longchenpa. So this is a real person. This is not something we just read from ancient times. I think, Longchenpa's time is 1200, maybe 13th century, 14th century. I think so. And we know that Longchenpa, and at some point we'll look at some aspects of Gemma Lingpa, who really, and Longchenpa codified all of the various Ningtek teachings, Vilamiktra, Khandro Ningtek, that he brought all of these practices together in a codified fashion, which we still practice today. Could you go to that other set? I don't know if you brought those pictures up that I had of me, I wanted to show. This is at Torpa Lake. And this is, I had, again, my little students, all my students at the Torpa Lake. They're so wonderful. So this is a place that Longchenpa was at. So I was able to be there with these young monks who will spend all their life there for the most part, until perhaps they go out and teach or remain and retreat at Torpa Lake. This place is again 15. This is the abbot of Torpa Lake. Torpa Lake is very famous. You can Google it, look it up. So, and then this particular Zen they gave me. Then the Lama, this is Lama Tenzin, me and Lama Tenzin, we're sitting where Longchenpa practiced. And it looks like I'm like zombie. No life. Maybe I wasn't too healthy then. Oh, this one of my most favorite pictures. Then this is where, again, this is the space that Longchenpa looked out into. Then there's a space is always in my mind as I have now confused it. My coffee grinds. But this is wonderful space, wonderful place. Then let's see what else. Then supposedly Longchenpa sat here, Guru Rinpoche sat here. So I was taken to this place and spent, I was in retreat at this place, Chudak. This is Chudak Ling. Torpa Ling is lower, Chudak Ling is in the middle, Zamba Ling is even higher. So what's the next one? And this is where supposedly there's a small outcropping, and it's just said that Longchenpa sat here and practiced. So this is like many zazas and candles and offerings and katas are at this place where Longchenpa sat. So we went there and were able to spend some time there, me and Lama Tenzin. Then Longchenpa, that's Longchenpa, he sat there in that place. When I said, when he looked out into space and what did he see? I said, he saw that there was nothing to see, only the vastness of space, indifference from his own mind and that same place. So we were able to spend time at the place where Longchenpa sat. So may you receive Longchenpa, then his servant. I am servants to you. May you be blessed by seeing these pictures. Is there another one there? I'm not sure. That may be the end of them. Yeah, finished. So now, hopefully you make some connection. That was the reason. You make some connection to Longchenpa. And through faith and devotion and trust, we receive his blessings, because that's what Longchenpa and all of the great Dzogchen masters. It is not by the intellectual conceptualization that we can dissect that which is beyond conceptualization or intellectualization. It cannot be apprehended that way. You merely have didactic experiences stuffed into your mind with no understanding, nothing behind. So again, it says, like Naropa was told by the Dakini, you know the words very well, but you do not understand the meaning. You have apprehended the meaning, but you have no idea of the essence. And grasping at the essence and trying to understand as before, you're completely lost as you go out the door. So he went and found Tolopa, as Milarepa found Marapa, the practice lineage, which Longchenpa is putting forth as he was stating in his pit instructions as he was about to depart into Parnavana. Same thing, Guru Rinpoche. So we invoke this practice to receive the blessings of Longchenpa. May they evolve and develop within us so we can be a greater benefit in this life and in our lives to come, to bring peace and happiness and love and compassion and joy and knowledge and wisdom for the benefit of all sentient beings. Urgyen Gyaltsen Joji Gojune Bema June Zazudra Udur Kando Mambo Gurgegi Zazudarugi Jinji Lashi Zazuzu Guru Bema Sidi Ugurge Juji Nazan Bema Gezadumula Gyaltsen Joji Gojune Bema June Setsudra Gudur Gando Mambogu Gege Zazudarugi Jinji Lashe Setsuzu Guru Bama Zide Ma Jojo Jogi Yangi Sangamzu, Joyi Dujunga Bebeka, Jojo Dojo Wachumbo, Namga Sendo Doje Jore, Mama Jugi Gula Zoade, Boyan Bema Janela Zoade, Deje Durgi Trumbes and Hamsur, Gonjon Yodon Yadenjendeki, Yeje Gade Duaje, Doji Dura Nezo Zordan. Nama dojo jogula zoade, buriye bema janela zoade. Imije dende dembe zengam so doje jimbo jowe janaja. Galar yadu darge dontoje te dama jo tata danzonge. Nama prute gula zoade, buriye bema janela zoade. Gunjon dojang gera jiraje, bema gera bema jojorga. Zende Dorje Drunde Doje Drunde Donyaria Nandra Drunde Dombe Tonge Gode Guru Zobe Gonjeba Prime Ozo Shala Zoade Sejen Gunjen Droda Disu Prime Ozo Nendo Dozo Ozo Lunje Namge Najoba Jeme Limbe Shala Zoade Dojo Gonje Bema Jenege the double go Zange and Ben do Bejon, Gunjon Zambela over the woman Joye Yenge Putana, Duzo Zange Goje Guruge, Renzam Gugu Zebe, Zoe Lamen and Las over the Roman Joge Yogi Botando, Dozo Zange Goje Gugu, Renzam Gugu Guzu Donzeba, Zoe Lame Shalas over the Gewa Gundo Yona Lamada, Dume Jogi Balalo Jojen, Sadan Lanje Wanzo Nezo Nedoji Jenje Gova no Tozo, Uzuma Homa. To cleanse. Same side. Changing. In and out through both, like a pranayama. Hold. Breathe in, focus on the center channel. The nadis. To purify the voice. Zoom ye rebe rebe hanga gaga gaganga zata tatana tata tatana tata tatana ababa bama yawa wa shaga zahasha umedama hitu parava hitu tagata hayo atutu kensa yodnoro ye vamenema samana soha Adra samaya sa bamo Ritsa Ramani Bhavadaye Soha. Zabadra Samaya Zaza Bamo Om Badra Amrita Kundele Hana Hana Hom Then we put up a picture of Longchenpa. So now we want you visualize Dzogchen, but in the center is Longchenpa. Or you can just visualize or look at the Longchenpa that's coming up. So Ranye Nyingle Honle Uzo Jobe Lama Dam. The Nitso Be Gunjen Jobe Gajo La Jonjo. Dute Gario Midzawa Mebe Gunam Gonginamga Baza Samaza Sange Dodan Zoge Jonam La Jendo Badu Dane Gabzoji Daji Zenzo Gibe Chonam Gijola Benze Zange Chopasho Sange Dodan Zogi Chonam La Janjo Badu Dani Gabzuji Daji Zenzo Gibe Chonam Gijola Benze Zange Chopasho Sange Dodan Zogi Chonam La Janjo Badu Dani Gabzuji Daji Zenzo Gibe Chonam Gijola Benze Zange Chopasho Sange Dodan Zogi Chonam La Janjo Badu Dani Gabzuji Daji Junjo Gyube Chunam Gijola Benze Zenge Joba Shuzao Bamu Zoji Naranda Tembagu White Puma Bada Mahasri Aragar Ho Deni Doji Turva Gurgu Ram Munduvarva Suto Sarva Dhanama Sutta Surve Ho Zunde Dende Dende Rinpoche Nyeje Shengeche We Nondo Dorva Doro Doro Numbo Bonzo Zombo Dajen Gazo Chenpo Oku Oma Hu Oma Hu Oma Hu Umi Bate Sapa Riga Rarba Zatsumata Sata Napa Te 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 Bananata Namo Zaba Tata Gatoba Yumishu Mugube Saba Tunagete Sapa Ramen Nagamasoa Namo Zaba Tata Gatoba Yumishu Mugube Saba Nutagete Sapa Ramen Nagamasoa Namo Zaba Tata Gatoba Yumishu Mugube Saba Nutagete Sapa Ramen Nagamasoa Hey, Gadana de la liberate the obstructors. So the red toma we do now. Zombaza mazwe arago dene doje turba guru. Sarva Suto, Sarva Dharma Sumbe Suto, Tumbe Nende Dende Rinpoche Neje, Geje Nado Dorva Doro Doro, Punzon Suba Dajen Gatsu Jembogo, Uma Oma Saraputra Sarasa, Saraputra Sarasa, Saraputra Sarasa. Saba Mingane, Namo Saba Tatagata by a Mishu Mugu, Sabon to the Saparana, Yiram Granagam, Guriana, Yiram Balinda, yes, Saba Mingane, Namo Saba Tatagata by a Mishu Mugu, Sabon to the Saparana, Yiram Granam, Gurihanda, Yiram Balinda, yes, Saba Mingane, Namo Saba Tatagata by a Mishu Mugu, Sabon to the Saparana, Yiram Granam, Gurihanda, Yiram Balinda, yes, Dobagundan Dobagoji, Durgan Dan Dorje, Gundan Dobagoji, Dorgan Mebe, Dumba, Dumba, Mida Wagoji, Tendan, Dewan and Sebemela, Namagoji. Insurgent, some jet Dobadan, Dobagundan Dobagoji, Durganda, Dungan Dobagoji, Dungan Mebe, Dumba, Dumba, Mida Wagoji, Tendanda. Dewan and the Sebemela Namagoji. Shenzhen Zamje Duadan, Duagunda, Duaguji, Dunganda, Dungege, Gunda, Duaguji, Dunge, Mebe, Damba, Damba, Midawaguji, Danda, Dewan and the Sebemela Namagoji. you make prostrations, you make acknowledgement of transgressions of Damsik, you rejoice, you offer your body, your speech, your mind, everything you offer to the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Saji Boji Jojo Medo Drum River Menze Nede Zambagi Zenge Zende Medo Buwaye Donim Zinda Jobajo Yidan Rada Madruma Neda Daya Saji Boji Jojo Medo Drum River Menze Nede Zambagi Zenge Zende Medo Buwaye Donim Zinda Jobajo Yidan Rada Madruma Neda Daya Saji Boji Jojo Medo Drum River Menze Nede Zambagi Zenge Zende Medo Buwaye Zinajobajo, you don't run the Mandrulakam, Nidataya me. Badra Santa Samaya, Mano Palaya, Badra Sadra Denova, Didu Mebova, Sudogaya Mebova, Subogaya Mebova, Anarata Mebova, Zavasiri Mibrea Zarakama, Setum Serum Guru Hum, Bhagavan. Sarada Gada Barramani Muzavenze Bava Mahasamaya Zatua Badruza the Samaya Manubaya Badruza Denova Dedurida Mebova Sudogaya Mebova Zubogaya Mebova Amarada Mebova Savaziri Mebrea Zara Mozudome Sedum Sedum Guru Sarada Gada Barramani Muzavenze Bava Mahasamaya Zatu main practice. Zubadra Samaya Zaza. One way about this prayer. Again, red, Nembo donde babe najoba, donde nanda jaba suwade, dine donde juba jenje go. Then hold your Dorje up and make the 3 circles counterclockwise. Jana, Benja, Rasa. So you place the protective tent around you. And then Dorje Simpa is, Longchenpa is above. Now we do this prayer, which you may have received from Lama. I'm not sure, but I read through slowly. So again, to invite, to invoke, and in praise of Longchenpa, may we receive his blessings this very moment. Zela zowa de bajo nondo zenda minova dreme reba so zenza jeje zango nyege nenga tante ba zonda jenje sola zowa de jeje nyama sonya jeve du nondo jeje nje numbagu Namdera Mame Gagondo Gondo Damda Nimba Tada Dande Medu Dova Gun Sode Dado Jone Nonoji Gajo Goje Doje Nonjone Doje Tawa Gondo Nego So you should imagine that Longchenpa is sit directly in front of you, and many offerings are being made. Om Bhadra Argamba Matam Pupe Dupe Aloge Gande Dewade Shata Ruta Shata Gande Raja Sheva Jetama Tata Puja. And please, you repeat after me. Can you bring us all back for a moment, Minla? So again, you're just receiving as a blessing. The practice of Longchenpa, everything is contained in Longchenpa. Rinpoche, I received this directly from many times from Toko Urgyen Rinpoche, Kunjung Merlin Rinpoche. So this is the foundational, high, profound practice of Longchen Ningtek, where everything is contained. All kayas and wisdoms, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are manifested within the body of Longchenpa. Longchenpa studied many, many years and received many initiations, had many visions and many blessings of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Guru Rinpoche, etc. May this be the same for you also. So please, with your hands together, repeat after me. Om. Ah. Om. Maha. Guru. Jana. Siddhi. Om. Om. Ah. Om. Maha. Guru. Jana. Siddhi. Om. The seal. Om. Ah. Om. Maha. Guru. Siddhi. Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. So can you go ahead and bring Longchenpa back up here before us? So now, from the heart, we do simple, not elaborate, more as a blessing. So as you do Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. In the heart space, on a lotus, sun, moon, this cushion is a seed Sarubu Hum. Then, written counterclockwise, Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Hum. Moving clockwise, Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Hum. The 5 celestial Buddhas, rays of light, emanate out in the 10 directions for the benefit of all sentient beings, bestowing the blessings of loving kindness, compassion, joyousness, equanimity, knowledge, and wisdom. On your right-hand side, you see a text, the Chuin Zut, or it may also be the Prajnaparamita, the Sutra of Transcendental Wisdom, which Longchenpa received many times in all of its various versions. On your left side, you see the sword of Manjushri that cuts through our ego, cuts through our ignorance and all of our obscurations and hindrances and defilements. Even just to see Longchenpa is to be blessed in body, speech, and mind. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Hum. 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 You say at your speed. Obviously, I do this quite a bit. So you, even if you go Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Hum. However, let it flow like a river and let your eye rest on Longchenpa. And you can visualize you're receiving a ray of white, a ray of blue, a ray of red and blue and yellow coming from his body, encircling, encompassing, enveloping your body, your speech, and your mind, like that. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Om Maha Guru Jana Siddhi Om. Zoma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zoma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zoma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zoma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Zoma Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Zoma Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede 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 Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Oma Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zoma Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Zede Om Mahaguru Jana Zede Om Zoma Mahaguru Jana Zede Om
Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Sumo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Sumo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Guru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Sumo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Sumo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Sumo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Namo Mahaguru Dhanusare Soma Mahaguru Dhanusare Soma Om Mahaguru Dhanusare Om A I U Re 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 O Anga Kaga Gana Zada Zana Tada Dana Tada Dana Baba Bama Yabala Shaka Sarahasha Umbada Samaya Manubaya Babuza Danuba Dedudaya Nagaya Anagaya Then go to Dorje Sampa Vajrasattva short practice. Danye Dhamma Jivod Vod Bhata Dhamma Danye Vod Danye Dhamma Dorje Zan Gaza Donjo Dobe Gu Dorje Dorje Nimaje Joda Zazo Dema Jon Dojon Dhamma Joda Zan Jeje Sana Panyo Non Dorje Dhamma Gibeden Onye Dhamma Giri Gu Dhamma Giri Dudurwe Ryaryon Dudune Dutse Chanza Tenge Den Dawa Dada Dhamma Yi Dada Junja Jenge Leda Nambo Duduru Dedon Dede Nedon Dre Mada Jawa Sedo Badrazada Zamaya, Manobaraya, Badrazaru Denova, Dedudu Mebova, Sudogaya, Mebova, Sudogaya, Anarado Mebova, Zawazere Mebea, Zaraga, Mazudame, Zetum Zirunguru, Zawada Baru, Muzoben de Bava, Samaya, Zadua, Badrazada Zamaya, Manobaraya, Badrazadu. Dedudu Mebova, Sudogaya, Mebova, Sudogaya, Mebova, Anarado Mebova, Zawazere Mebea, Zaraga, Mazudame. Siddham Siddham Guru Hung Ha Ho Bhagavan Zavadadagada Badruman Zubandavana Samaya Sadua Badru Sada Samaya Manobalaya Badru Sadu Dudu Nabova Sudogaya Mabova Zubogaya Mabova Anaradu Nabova Zavaziri Nebrayata Zaragama Zutame Siddham Siddham Guru Hung Ha Ho Bhagavan Zavadadagada Badru Zubandavana Samaya Sadua Badru Sada Samaya Manobalaya Badru Sudogaya Mabova, Zubogaya Mabova, Anarado Mabova, Zavazade Mebega Zaragama Zudame, Siddham Siddham Guru, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savadadaga, the Baruman, the Goa, Mahazamaya, Zadova, Dombarazata, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badrazadu, Dudu Mabova, Zudogaya Mabova, Zubogaya Mabova, Anarado Mabova, Zavazade Mebega Zaragama Zudame, Siddham Siddham Guru, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savadadaga, the Baruman, So if you don't know this by heart, or if it's too fast, then you could just go Badru Sato Badru Sato Badru Sato Badru Sato Samaya Mano Badaya Badru Sato Anarado. So was it in a very other Sada Dada Gada Badra and the Boa Samaya Badru Samaya Mano Badaya Badru Sato Sudogaya Mabua Zubogaya Mabua Anarado Zizum Zirum Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Zavada Gada Badrum and Amazon and the Bhavana Samaya Hum Badrusata Manobalaya Badrusadu Denova Dudubua Sudogaya Mabua Sudogaya Mabua Anarado Mabua Zavasidi Kamuzudu Mezidum Zirum Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Zavada Gada Badrum and Amazon and the Bhavana Samaya Hum Badrusatu Samaya Mano Badruzaru Denova Dudubua Sudogaya Manobalaya Padruzaru Denova, Dudubua, Sudogaya Nabua, Sudogaya Nabua, Anarado Nabua, Zobazidi Nebrea Duzaragama Dudume, Sidum Sidum Guru, Sada Dada Gata Badramani, Muzavenda Boa, Mahamaya Katua, Padruza Samaya, Manu. But the Saturday Nova, the Nabova, Zudogaya Nabova, Zubogaya Nabova, Anarado Nabova. So the Mebrea de Zaragama, the Sedum Sedum Guru, Aha, the Venzeva, Samaya Zado, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badruzaru Denova, the Nabova, Zudogaya Nabova, Zubogaya Nabova, Anarado Nabova, the Mebrea de Zara. Zidum Zidum Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savada Gata Badruma Name Zovidibo Mahamaya Zadovadum Madruzatu Samaya Manovalaya Badruzaru Denova Didum Zubogaya Mabova Zubogaya Anaradu Mabova Zavazid Nebea Zazarama Zidum Zidum Guru Zavada Gata Badruma Name Zovidibo Mahamaya Zadovadum Badruzatu Manovalaya Badruzaru Denova Didum Mabova Zubogaya Mabova Zubogaya Anaradu Mabova. So was it a Mebrea to Zaragama Zirum Guru Hum Ha Bhagavan Sada Dada Gada Badran Animals of Antibo Zamaya Samaya Manobalaya Badruzaru Dinova Nubova Zudogaya Nubova Zubogaya Nubova Anaradu. So was it a Mebrea to Zaragama Zitum Zirum Guru Hum Ha Bhagavan Sada Dada Badran Animals of Antibo Zamaya Zatuadum Badruzadu Samaya Manobalaya Badruzaru Denova, Mabova, Zudogaya, Mabova, Zubogaya, Mabova, Anarado Mabova, Zova City, Mibrea, Zara Gamazu, Sedum Zirum Guru, Home, Ha Ha Ha, Bhagavan, Zava, Badram, and Samaya Zadua, Badruzado, Zamaya, Manovalaya, Badruzaru Denova, Zudogaya, Mabova, Zubogaya, Mabova, Anarado. So was it in Mibrea, Zara Gamazu, Mezidum Zirum Guru, Home, Ha Ha, Bhagavan, Zava, Badruzado Zamaya Mano Badaya, Badruzado Denova de Mebua, Zudogaya Mebua, Zubogaya Mebua, Anarado Mebua, City Nebea, Sudum Zidum Guru Hum, Ha Ha, O Bhagavan, Zava Data Gata Badruma, and the Bhavana Samaya Sato, Badruzado Zamaya, Mano Badaya, Badruzado Denova, de Mebua, Zudogaya Mebua, Zubogaya Mebua, Anarado. So was it in Mebea, Zado Gama Zudum, Zidum Guru Hum, Ha Ha. Badruzado Zamaya, Manobalaya, Badruzado Denova, Mebova, Zudogaya Mebova, Zubogaya Mebova, Amarado Mebova, Zova City Mebrea, Zidum Zirum Guru Hum, Ha Ha Ha, Bhagavan, Zova, Bagata, Badrumani, Muzo, Benzebova, Samaya Satu, A E U Re 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 E O Kaka Ganga Dana 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 Baba Yala Shaga Zarhaja Ombadu Namaya Manobaya Badu Denova Dudugaya Nobua Dudugaya Nobua Amara Nobu Logos Nebra Larama Duguna Duna Samaya Sabua Umedama Hitubara Hitugata Hayala Tenta Samana in the ineffable confession, go to the brief fulfillment prayer. And then you just can visualize that the Chopin is standing with the Amrita, with the Ratna, with the Tonama, and lamp making offering. Then, for sake of time, just hold your Dorje up or visualize that you have a candle that you're offering. Nam ye dadu daye jenje nam no be jendo kundu dungu de lama juru jenje mandu ba jenje dume zola jen. And now Dhammapala. Ike Zate Rahula Dorje Lekpa sitting ma. So we see Rahula top, then bottom sitting ma, then over bottom, then Ike Zate, then up top Dorje Lekpa, and then in the middle Mahakala, the big black one. Powerful Dhammapalas to protect. Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be. Shri Benza Heraka, really Hong Jo Hong Be. Bene Baja, Damne Ramjam Gan, Dobe, Dorje, Nibun Zedu, Damze Yeje, Deme, Dorje, Meze, Namge, Dorje, Guru, Ram. Samaya, Manopalaya, Badruzadu, Denova, Dedu Nabova, Zudogaya Nabova, Zubogaya Nabova, Anaratu Nabova, Sobazide Nebrea, Zaragama Zutume, Zetum Serum Guru Hum Ha. Sada Dada Gada Badrumane Muzo and the Bavama, Zamaya, Zadua, Badruzadu, Samaya, Manopalaya, Badruzadu, Dedu Nabova, Zudogaya Nabova, Zubogaya Nabova, I was in the way of the So you should imagine that Longchenpa, from his abode in Bundang, is now giving you blessing, long life. If you don't have long life, and you don't have long life with all the endowments and the leisures, then how can you fulfill your intention and motivation to be a benefit to all sentient beings? So may those be bestowed through the blessings of Longchenpa onto you this very moment. Sri 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 Nangwa Dorje Dorje Chenje Zeba Me Don Don La Jime Do Tazen Wa Don Do We Paje Za Bema June Don Do Waga Ta Don Ge Bo Zo Da Do Wa Me Zo Wa Dab Zo Ga Jen Ba Je Zo Jenje La Jen Je Me Don Je So. Oh, Mama Rene Zawadaye Guru Bedma Toria Buna Janya Anya Sidi Sri. Oh, Mama Rene Zawadaye Guru Bedma Toria Janya Anya Sidi Sri. Oh, Mama Rene Zawadaye Guru Bedma Toria Janya Anya Sidi Sri. Badruzadu Zamaya, Manubaya, Badruzadu Denoba, Dudu Mebova, Zudogaya Mebova, Zubogaya Mebova, Anaradu Mebova, Zobazidi Mebria, Zoragama Zudume, Sudum Sidum Guru Hum Ha, O Bhagavan, Sarada Bagada Baruna Nimuzo Vendu Bhavana, Samaya, Satu Ha. 두수승계 거루런도 제 거루건도 더워 정보자 바지건서 도도도서 소바도서 전자도서 진나서 외바데 조바나 선바도게 조바 전제로 두수승계 거루런도 제 거루건도 더워 정보자 바지건서 도도도서 소바도서 전자라도서 진나서 외바데 조바나 선바도게 조바 전제로 두수승계 거루런도 제 거루건도 더워 정보자 바지건서 도도도서 소바도서 전자라도서 진나서 외바데 조바나 선바도게 조바 전제로 두수승계 거루런도 Words of Longchenpa. The sacred Dharma ensues complete, sublime bliss from now on and benefit into the future. Now all of its qualities may be immediately apparent. So please exert yourself from now on in order to realize the meaning of the heart essence. The Lord of the stars, the moon, unobscured by clouds, replete with all the qualities of fullness, is on the point of arising. Canopies, parasols, victory banners, the sound of music and the gathering of hosts of dakas and the dakinis make everything so beautiful. The lotus visage of protectors, the embodiment of compassion who takes me under their care, inspire me. Now it is time to depart. Like a traveler journeying on the open road, the joy I feel that dying is my finest accomplishment, greater by far than that of any merchant who has gained an entire ocean of wealth, or that of Indra, Lord of the gods, who has emerged victorious in battle, or that of anyone who experiences bliss by achieving meditative stability. Now I, Padme Ludrin Sao, will not linger, for I go to assume the stronghold of immortality and supreme bliss. This life, my karma, the momentum of my aspirations, my worldly concerns, the perception of this life, all have come to an end. When the paranama or the phantasmagoric visions of pure realms arise in the bardos, I will be aware instantly and spontaneously that in the essence they are awareness of my own manifestation, and that I am therefore close to obtaining the ongoing and authentic being of the primordial state. Because I am truly blessed, you and others should be happy. Use this illusionary lifetime to obtain the goal, the Isle of Liberation. It is my aspiration that we will then meet again, my holy disciples, and that we will be gladdened, rejoicing in the Dharma. But for now, our connection in this life has ended. Do not lament the passing of this wandering beggar who is happy with his lot. Instead, pray to him constantly. These are my words of advice offered for your benefit. Like a multitude of lotus flowers delighting the bees, you, my faithful ones, may the virtues of these well-chosen words ensue, that those in the three realms pass into nirvana on the level of primordial being. This concludes my testament. Stainless light. Advice from Prime Ozer, also known as Longchen Ramja. Yowaji Nedudu, Konsusundo Dojune, Domananyu Nanyo Pa. Okay, it's already 1:31. We must sit for just a little bit. Maybe you give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes is possible. 5 minutes is possible. Okay, thank you. I set the meditating timer, 5 minutes, so you can rest your mind and feast and bask in the blessings of the parinirvana of Longchenpa, whom you are directly connected to, no fabrication.
Pei, pei, pei. Longchenpa sits in the posture of comfort and ease. He is beyond all strife, all worry, all concerns. Let go, let be. The glass of water sits upon the table. Leave it alone. If thoughts come, they come. They want to stay. Oh, my friends are here. They have a party. And when they get ready to leave, have no remorse. Bye-bye. Leave them alone. Meditation is not doing, getting used to. Getting used to what? Leaving it alone. Yes. drink the water of calm and clear. May we find happiness, peace, and harmony in this coming year. Breathing in, breathe out, and bring the hands to the posture of tranquility. And for a moment, pay attention and be present in seeing and hearing and smell and the taste, and feeling and awareness, not encumbered by the illusion of the baggage we create. Not to say it is not important or does not have to be dealt with in a responsible way, but may we do so with clarity and calmness, with kindness and basic goodness. I don't know, maybe Lama put a picture of Mahabodhi Stupa, Mahabodhi Temple. There's one in Nepal and one in Bodh Gaya. It says just to see it in this life is to be blessed, and that one will not take rebirth in lower realm. So breathe in, breathe out, give what in, Longchenpa Ramdam to journey. Gazog da ye don't wait, don't do you go ye do you jimbe do you not drive ba le make so then tabaram da tashi da le so Dieta, unga de ga de better some ga de botisoa. Dieta monga de ga de better some ga de botisoa. Dieta monga de ga de better some ga de botisoa. Let go of what is past and let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to make anything happen. Relax. Right now, the Lopa says to the Lopa, and rest. So in this brief period, I hope you found some solace. Solace, so I can say Sodaji. Solace, Sodaji. So my countrymen, my Manta Berna, but I see Priscilla and Dogo, so we can say Sodaji. Solace. They understand. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. May you receive the blessings of Longchenpa. Please read. You directly connected to Longchenpa. You have ground there. I don't know. Maybe I have some relic I don't know. I can give you from the home of Longchenpa. So whatever little blessing, may it come to you from all of our teachers. Have a wonderful afternoon. Be happy. Be safe.